Hey guys, welcome back to Princess Connect. In today's video, I wanted to do a bit of a progress update video on the account and also talk about whether it's worth playing the game at the moment or when it goes full global. So let's get into it. Okay, so we've been playing the game for about a week now. I've been thoroughly enjoying it. I think at base level, when you look at the game, a lot of people may be turned off by, the chibi art, very basic style of combat and all that sort of stuff. When we jump in and we check out the combat, it is very basic. Now, as you play through and start trying to push campaign, a lot of these type of games, you never really use manual. This one, using manual will really have an impact on the gameplay and progressing through the stages you are stuck at. It does become quite enjoyable, for me at least, to be able to try and push progress by playing it on manual, saving your ultimates, using them at the right time to help yourself progress. Even though at surface level it is very basic, it's essentially an idle style of combat game where you've got two abilities and then you've got an ultimate ability on top of that, and you can time them whenever you want. But overall, once you start using ultimates, the animations that they give for the characters and stuff like that, it does give a really good feel, and it makes it quite enjoyable. Now, I had played on the JP version where they did have 3x speed unlocked, and I didn't enjoy the game as much because I hadn't got into that stage of enjoying, well, one, you couldn't read it all, but you didn't get to enjoy the little animations for the ultimates that they do, because when you get to ×3 speed, it doesn't show those. So I think the presentation of the game for what it is very well done. And don't be turned off by the fact that it is sort of an idle style game with chibi art. It does actually get way more involved and some really in-depth team building and all that sort of stuff as you go along. But let's just quickly clean this up. Didn't really need that shield. And then we can move on to the next topic. I just really want to clear this because I am grinding some gear to be able to upgrade my characters, and I do not want to miss out on this stage for getting that gear. So let's go ahead here. Let's kill something now. Thank you. Big crits. Nice. Okay, but yeah, that's combat. 3 stages. Seems basic. Does get quite enjoyable if you're willing to look past the chibi art, which I know a lot of people aren't, but is what it is. Got the bonus shop. Okay, let's jump out. Now let's talk about, that's the basics of combat. Characters, the characters, once again, all waifus. So if you don't like waifu collectors, which used to be me, I've just sort of accepted because there's so many of them, and if you want to play team building games, you gotta play with waifus. So, if you don't like that kind of thing, it's all good. It's all good. Character progression is pretty smooth. They have this optimize button, which makes everything fairly streamlined to do. You can narrow down on it by going into individual things themselves and how to attain and seeing multiple places to do it and stuff like that. But in general, the general gameplay of upgrading your heroes is very smooth and fluent. The gear gets absorbed into them. They go to the next stage and you can get more gear. It's very cruisy. I know some people really like games with the randomized stats on gear where you farm gear endlessly, get those randomized stats. This doesn't have that in it at the moment. Who knows, they could add it later, but at the moment you're equipped the 6 pieces of gear to your character, and then it upgrades and you go like that. Now, as for whether you should play, I definitely think it's worth giving a shot. However, I don't know how much fun it's going to continue to be until global, because it seems like they're not going to do too many updates until global, and we still haven't got a confirmed date. The rumor is March, which is going to be a long time when you consider after a week of playing. I've already got one of my characters, and I have not been playing hardcore. Like, I have been playing it fairly casually on this. So I'm already up to rank 7. And rank 7 is as far as we can go at the moment until they release more content, which allows us to get this weapon up here to be able to go to rank 8. So the content is going to be very limited at this stage. What I'm probably going to do is play, I'm going to keep playing because I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I'll enjoy maxing out all my characters, testing new characters. If you're not into that thing, I'd probably wait until the full global launch of the game. Now, when you look at the global launch, I just went to the wrong place. When we look at PvP, now this game uses a grouping system for the arena, meaning that after a certain period of time or a certain amount of players that come into the game, they're going to get put in groups. So say for the first week, and this is just completely non-specific numbers, but for instance, maybe the first week all those players would go into the same battle group for PvP and they will fight against each other, and once that group gets filled, maybe in the second week, once again, no idea on time frames, then it'll start a new group, and those are the only people you will fight in PvP. However, guild battles, once they do come, are open slather, but that's just something to consider. So it's not the end of the world if you do wait and you still want to compete in PvP. Now, for me personally, what I'm doing is I'm using this account to experiment with a lot of things when global drops, because it's always fun when the masses come in to progress at the same time. I'm going to start a fresh account and progress like that. I'll keep this one for experimenting, but the new account will be when the global launch happens, and that's what I'm really excited for this game. I'm enjoying this period to learn the game, which you may want to do, and you can do the same thing as me, or you can keep this as your main account, whatever you want to do. But I definitely think the game is worth a look if you can get past the chibi graphics. It is very heavily story driven. There is so much story, you can pretty much watch the whole anime in this. However, the fact of that does add that it does have a very hefty download limit. I think at the moment the global version is 4 gig, the JP version is up at around 7 gig, so very intensive on your phone if you're not playing on an emulator, and your phone's a bit older without the space. But that's my general gist of whether you should play. I think it's worth taking a look now, but most people, I think you might want to just wait until global to get into it. As for my account and my progression, as you guys can see over here in the main quest, in the campaign we are up to 7-9. Starting to struggle a little bit, so I'm just sort of looking at upgrading my characters here. So as you can see, I did get my Miyako up to 7. The next one I really wanted to get was going to be, if I can find her, there she is, was going to be Suzuna. I'm just going to stick to Suze. It was going to be Suze, because I really wanted to get her up as my damage dealer. However, I just had, like, through farming the other gear, I had the gear for Io to get her towards only needing the 2 weapons. So I decided just to go for her first, and then I'll go for Suze after that. Then I'm thinking I will probably go for Yukari, because anything that lobs to the mid row, she's sort of getting targeted. So I kind of want to beef her up a little bit as well. And now obviously this is where I've started to upgrade my gear. Before that I don't do it, it's too expensive on mana. I'll cover all that in later videos, but yeah, we've started sort of grinding away. I'm keen to see how far we can get at the moment when rank 7 is the limit. Over here in the dungeon, I'm just not able to kill this boss yet. Still can't kill him. You know, I'll get there eventually. I'm just hoping to upgrade some more characters, and then we can hopefully get through this boss here and then jump into the next level of it. That is the mid level. Very hard is next. As for the grotto, where are we at? The grotto, I think we're just progressing nicely there. Need to get to 8-1. Need to get to that 8-1, get some more mana. Mana is so important, man. It's hectic. But yeah, enjoying the campaign push. Enjoying the campaign push. Let's see if we can actually beat this stage. Let's see if we can do it. What do we got here? Yeah, we'll just go with the standard team. This has been my standard team throughout the game. So let's see if we can actually get this done. I can't remember this stage. It's been a while since I've tried it, just because I've been trying to farm that gear. So look at, as you can see, mid row is getting absolutely shredded, which sucks. I don't think there's any magic damage on the enemy team, so we're gonna have to go the mind control here to try and mitigate some of this damage, because it's hectic. Too many lobbers. I might have to build a different mid row, or upgrade her more to deal with that heavy damage. She's just not upgraded. I need the stars on her, but I don't want to spend on it. Let's kill. This is gonna hurt us in the next round. Oh, she died anyway. Rip. That's us done. So I feel like if I had a tankier mid row, I could probably do this. I could probably get it done. But as for now, I don't think we're going to quite... No, I shouldn't have put it on auto. That was a wasted attack. We could have had him dead. Let's go, let's go. Those little moles are so annoying as well. So much mid... Oh, look at that back row damage. We're dead. Got the stun. It's okay. And I've lost my healer, so I'm kind of screwed here. Let's go, let's go. We're just going to have to keep this off straight with the mind control. Try and get that out of the way. Get single target nuke. Oh man, those things are so chunky. You know, we ain't gonna do this. We ain't gonna do this. We're close. We're close. I feel like if we could get the heals to survive until this point, I think we may have a chance. But as it stands, the enemies are just too chunky at the moment. A little bit too chunky. Or maybe. Nah. Monica, no! We're about to lose Monica. That sucks. If Monica stayed alive, we could have had a little chance there. The mind control action. Man, these things are so physically resistant. Is it physical resistance that's my issue here? Retreat, yes. Let's have a look. Physical defense, yeah. Yeah. He is magic, so we do get some mitigation on this guy with our shield. That's alright. You know, we will push. I'm gonna, like, I feel like today is gonna be a day of just grinding out the gear. For basically EO, I'm quite close on EO. I just need 10 more of those. And then also we'll do Suze and get her up there. That should help out our damage. And then we should be pretty good to go. You know, we can do Monica and start looking some more PvP focus and stuff like that. But Yukari, I kind of want to upgrade her as well because she's a little bit squishy at one stuff. But anyway, guys, that is my progress. That is my thoughts on the game. Really enjoying it. Hanging out for global though, because that global feel when, you know, everyone jumps in is always way more fun. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you have an awesome day and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.